Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. RFK, FDA, government just put out the brand new food chart right here. And today, basically, we're going to be breaking it down and we're going to be talking about what it actually should be. Because while this is a lot better than the last food pyramid, it's definitely still off. It's definitely still including some things that definitely are only on here because it helps the economy, like the grains and the vegetables. But we're going to go through, talk about what actually shouldn't be on here, what should be, why it's bad, why it's good, whatever. We're going to break down the whole dang thing. Before we jump into that, yeah, it's been a few weeks, been working on a lot of behind the scenes stuff for you guys, so we're definitely going to be buzzing with content. It's going to be flying out, not every 2 weeks, like freaking a lot in the week. So get ready for all the content. Go below, follow the Instagram I just made, and you guys will be seeing like day in the life video stuff, what meals to eat, short form, inspirational stuff for you guys. You can get more of a peek into my life of what it looks like, so you can clear the face, get jacked and shredded, and not rely on external dopamine for pleasure, and just be optimal and peak and dialed. So let's get into it right away. So starting off up here, this is great because before it was, fats are unhealthy, red meat's unhealthy to eat a lot of. Now we're kind of getting away from that. So for one, to all the people that told me I was crazy, yeah, who ended up winning? I had so many people telling me, like, oh, you eat too much cholesterol, too many eggs. Bro, at the end of the day, the biggest lesson you guys need to think, just because the government says something doesn't make it automatically correct. Like, this is obviously not correct. And the last food chart was obviously not correct either. So the government and these top people, bro, they're not always pushing out the truth, bro. Not everything they put out is the definite truth, because it's going to change. So, if you're brainwashed and you just follow whatever the government says, of course, you were calling me crazy for eating a lot of protein, raw milk, a lot of eggs. But, look who wasn't wrong. But yeah, getting back to that. So this is great. Red meat, chicken, turkey. Honestly, yeah, it's got protein in it, but protein is not as important as micronutrients like cholesterol, so you can balance your hormones and actually build testosterone. So red meat, it's going to have all the micronutrients you need in it. The 26 essential ones, we'll dive into that. Chicken, turkey, they don't have that. One stomach, dirty animals, probably eating corn, soy, fed, pesticide sprayed. So I would stay away from chicken unless it's a good source. But you're just not going to get, you got to think about the ROI, return on investment. If you eat chicken, yeah, you're going to get the protein, but you're not getting all the micronutrients you'd get in red meat. So red meat, yes, great. Raw cheese, great. It looks like some type of ground meat, ground beef in a plastic. Don't get in plastic. Got, I think, salmon. Whole milk. Don't want pasteurized milk. You want raw milk. Pasteurized milk is just going to kill all the micronutrients. It's going to tear your gut up. Yogurt should be raw. Should be raw yogurt. If it's regular yogurt, especially the like protein yogurts, kind of just bullshit, going to tear your gut up. Eggs, great. Shrimp, great. High in cholesterol. Cholesterol maxing right here. These should be in your diet. You should be having eggs daily and having at least shrimp 3 times a week. Don't want any canned shit. I used to do canned tuna, canned salmon, canned chicken sometimes, thinking, it's got so much protein, I'm gonna get jacked up of this. Super high in mercury, it's just bullshit, honestly. And if it's probably just a low quality fish anyways. Fish are pretty dirty in general. I mean, seafood is kind of just like, I don't really know the thing about it. I don't really have too much salmon anymore, or all I really have is shrimp in terms of seafood. This looks like an olive oil, it's just seed oil, omega-6 conversion, don't want that. Avocados are fantastic. Avocados are like the only fruit I actually consume nowadays. I live in Minnesota during the winter, so it's kind of hard to get my hands on fruit. Because the thing with fruit is you want to eat fruit that's getting the same light, the same sun rays of your region. So for me, if I go to the grocery store, all that fruit is being imported from somewhere else. So I'm not getting the same like biophotons. So I'll do the whole video on that. That's pretty deep stuff. This looks like butter. Raw butter, regular butter, doesn't matter. Butter's great. Cooking butter, put butter in your coffee. It's great. Nuts, test killers, estrogen, androgen disruptors. I mean, really no point to eat nuts, honestly. Like, if you're out in wild in nature, like, you're not going to eat nuts. You're going to be eating this and probably berries for your rice and beans. Beans high in fiber. You don't want fiber. Fiber is going to lead to like anal bleeding, bloating. Fiber is a scam. Don't fall for it. Rice is fine. Rosado rice is great. I don't really eat rice. I don't eat too many carbs, but if you are trying to get like insane lifts in the gym, definitely rice is great. Peanuts bullshit, estrogen maxing. Don't want to eat that. Grains we'll talk about at the end. Fruit, fine, depends if it's in your region, grown in your region. If it's organic, make sure there's no pesticides on it. There's gonna be oxalates in these blueberries for sure, just because of the skin. Same with this. Any of the berries, the best fruits on here are the orange, the banana, the avocado, of course. All these anything with like skin that you peel it and then the fruit is inside, so it's not gonna have defense chemicals in that, and then it's not gonna be pesticide sprayed. Like, even if you got bananas that weren't organic, like, it's all getting sprayed on the outer shell. Maybe some leaks in. I would just still get organic, but just saying. Grapes, if you're about to go to bed, they do have melatonin or whatever, or they have, what the hell did they have? I think it's melatonin or whatever in them that kind of help you go to bed. This is all bullshit. Green beans, bullshit, especially in a can. Lettuce, cabbage, just like this bullshit. Just gonna tear your gut up. We'll dive into it. Carrots are the one vegetable that I think are decent. Tomatoes, they're a dozen. Peas, just kind of broccoli is gonna make you fart, rip ass, tear your gut up. So let's dive into each region. Let's start. Well, whole grains, we'll get to that. It's just bullshit in general. Let's start up here. Red meat, raw dairy, amazing. I would actually keep these in the food pyramid because these are the most essential things that us as humans have used our entire ancestry throughout the years to grow and have energy and be strong and be fulfilled with our meals. Red meat and raw dairy are just absolutely amazing. They're going to contain all the essential vitamins and minerals except like vitamin C. Especially milk. The thing with, you want raw dairy because once you pasteurize, you heat it up, it kills all the micronutrients. So, and I'm lactose. And it's not good for me to have dairy, but I'll have some raw milk here and there just because super vitamin, mineral dense, micronutrient dense, really good for you. So yeah, it contains all the essential vitamins and minerals. This is why I say stay away from chicken. It's kind of just like, I enjoy eating just red meat. I don't need to add in chicken. I don't need to add in other types of meats. I don't need to add sauces on them. I'm not a dopamine maxer. So I just eat red meat and I'm okay with it. But if you're someone transitioning into it, maybe have chicken once or twice a week. Make sure it's organic. Chicken's just kind of bullshit. Just eat the eggs from the chicken. That's what they're giving us, bro. And obviously cholesterol is the building block for testosterone, guys. Everyone say cholesterol is bad for you. Now it's good for you. Look at how quick that changes. All the people like me and all the other people that are just eating as much cholesterol as they can, healthy amounts, and staying active, not drinking and doing bullshit, we're getting jacked, shredded, tan. I was in Mexico. I'm tan as hell right now because my testosterone's high as shit. So my body, since I only eat whole foods, since I have a lot of cholesterol, I'm not inflamed. People who get super red from the sun, yeah, of course they hate the sun. I love the sun because it doesn't make me red. It makes me tan because I'm not inflamed. All right? So cholesterol is a building block for testosterone. So eggs, shrimp, the fat on the meats, eat that fat. I used to not like the texture of it, but you get used to it because you just feel great, bro. You just, that's just the reality when I'm eating. I'm just thinking man, I'm just fueling myself right now. It tastes good because I know I'm fueling myself. That's why you get the results. So, and then yeah, raw milk is going to preserve all the nutrients. Milk is great. Milk is great, especially in the development of children. I wish I was having raw milk my entire childhood. I'd probably be taller. Probably wouldn't have, my gut's super sensitive. It wouldn't be as sensitive, but I also ate a lot of junk food growing up. So yeah, so that's great. This is a great region of this new food chart. Still not perfect though. Let's go over to the vegetables and fruits section. Let's start with the plants. You shouldn't be eating plants. You got to think about it like this, bro. How easy is it just to grow plants? Super easy, just like in a garden. So it's super easy. the mass produce, and it's super easy to sell. So of course, everyone's going to say, oh, it's healthy for you. But in reality, it just contain a lot of anti-nutrients. Like obviously phytic acid, enzyme inhibitors, saponins, lectins. I mean, lectins are directly correlated with your leptin hormone. The more lectins you have, the more leptin resistant you become. And leptin is what signals to your brain that you're full, so you don't overeat. So if you have a bunch of lectins in the system, your leptin resistance goes up, you just keep overeating. And there's many things that affect the leptin hormone, like sugar, corn syrup, bad sleep, stuff like that. Because your brain will tell you when you're full. I know when I'm full. I eat Whole Foods, I feel full. Done. But like, you ever wonder when you're eating your McDonald's, you can probably eat 80 nuggets at a time. And then you don't eat, like an hour later, you just really don't feel full. It's because you're leptin resistant. So these anti-nutrients are all bad. They're going to cause many things. They're going to wreck your gut. They're going to stop your growth hormone. There's lots of things that they can do that's bad, right? So we need to remember one thing. Plants are not like animals. Plants don't have legs. They can't run. So how are they going to protect themselves? They have anti-nutrients. They have anti-nutrients that are going to stunt growth, they're going to stop growth, they're going to wreck your gut, your leptin resistance. So you don't want to consume plants. They contain oxalates. Doctors literally tell guys when they get kidney stones not to eat any more spinach, because spinach is super high in oxalates. Your body can't push out as many oxalates as it can just consume spinach, because it's zero carbs, zero calories. You can eat spinach all day and not feel anything, but the amount of oxalates you get, yeah, have fun having kidney stones. But doctors will tell you then, oh, don't consume any spinach now that you have kidney stones. Okay, maybe you shouldn't from the start. Maybe the doctors just say don't eat vegetables from the start, but okay. And then the defense chemicals. The defense chemicals are just like, obviously the plant can't run, so it's got to do something, because it's alive, bro. Like, they got to do something to protect themselves. So just ask yourself, anytime you eat vegetables, do you feel full? No. Do you feel bloated? Probably. Do you get gassy? Probably. If you eat Brussels sprouts, you can't tell me you don't rip ass all night after. You can't tell me eat broccoli, don't rip ass, and get acne the next day. You just can't tell me that. But it is what it is. Fruits can be good and bad. So the thing with fruits, guys, I don't really eat too many fruits other than avocados now, just because it's the winter time. No one's really, it's cold outside. There's no farmer markets. Usually if I'm going to go get fruit, I'll get it from a farmer's market. I'll do frozen fruit sometimes before it lifts, just because I have some. But obviously, over-consuming fruit has glucose in it, guys. It's still, it's natural sugar. It's not bad like synthetic sugar, but it's still sugar. So if you're eating too much fruit, you're not going to be as shredded as you want to be. It's also high in carbs. The more carbs you have, the more water retention. But fruits can be very hydrating. When I was in Mexico, I was spamming pineapple, bro, just to stay hydrated. It tasted great. I'm in the sun all day, so I needed it. My deuterium levels were pretty even there. But you don't want to eat fruit when it's the winter and you're in Minnesota, because your deuterium levels are going to be a little messed up. And yeah, it depends on your environment. Like, I was spamming fruit in Mexico because I knew it was locally sourced and I knew it was getting the same light that I was getting outside. So everything matched up, and I was definitely needing it from all the vitamin D from the sun. I was needing more deuterium, to even out. So obviously depends on your environment. If you live somewhere like Costa Rica, Florida, places like that, just go at it, spam the fruit. And it's one thing too. It's good to replace your bad health habits with fruit. Like, if you're like super dopamine reliant on food, it's really good for you to replace, like, okay, I eat a muffin, I'm just gonna eat an apple now. Apples are sweet as hell, bro. I'll have a Honeycrisp apple, I'm like, dude, this is max sugar. So it's good to replace your bad health habits with fruits. So fruits can be good and bad. Plants, don't eat it. Don't want to do any of these. Now, grains. Whole grains aren't needed. One, fiber's a scam. Fiber's just going to cause like anal bleeding, bloating. Like, yeah, you don't digest fiber, but like, and essentially, it's just going to push everything through. That's just not right. It's just not true. Fiber is just, when I don't eat any fiber, Like, I used to be a chia seed spammer because I was like, oh, it's going to help my digestion. But, like, I would sit in the toilet for hours and I knew I had the shit, but, like, I just couldn't because I was just, like, constipated from all the fiber, bro. Fiber's a scam. All the studies we have on fiber just shows that it's not needed. It was, like, 62 people, and it's a small sample size, but if 62 people all stop getting, eating fiber, intaking fiber, and then they all have smooth digestion and don't get bloated and inflamed, it probably tells you something. So fiber, for me, I know, is just a scam. Gluten's going to obviously irritate your gut. Gluten's just to be avoided, honestly. Some people can't do it at all. Some people can tolerate it. But at the end of the day, if you want to be optimal, fully optimal, you don't want to consume gluten. Pretty much always covered in pesticides. Pretty much always. Sure, maybe sourdough bread is the least worst grain thing, and maybe you can get away with it. But, like, at the same time, like, all the bread at the store is just bullshit. And then, like I'm saying, like, at the store, a lot of those breads, like, I know we're talking about whole grains here. Oats are bullshit. This can tear your gut up behind fiber. Sourdough bread's not terrible. If you're trying to be cut, you don't want to be eating that. But the thing is, all the bread at the store is just, like, they spam sugar in that. So, like, you're going to get insulin spike. And that's going to lead to leptin resistance, which we were talking about earlier. Then your brain's not going to know if you're full, and then you more tend to overeat. So grains are just to be avoided. If you literally, so Kellogg made cereal to stop men from masturbating. Because men, it was in the goal, dead ass, look it up. I couldn't believe this. The goal Kellogg had when they made cereal was the lower men's testosterone. So they would stop masturbating. I mean, men shouldn't be masturbating. I agree with that, but let's not lower tests to do that. Most low test men jerk off anyway, so it's like, what was the goal there? But dead ass, look that up. You probably never eat cereal again. So, in conclusion, the food pyramid should be this: raw meat at the top, eggs right after for cholesterol, raw dairy for all the micronutrients, some seafood. I love shrimp, and then fruits, and then raw honey you could throw in here. As well. But the thing is, I don't really consume, if I eat fruit, like if I have my avocado, it's on its own. I don't eat it with fats because I'm not going to spike the Randall cycle and begin that, which we'll talk about in a different video. But basically, your body can't really process glycogen and fats at the same time. So the Randall cycle, if that gets activated when you eat them at the same time, it's just going to age you. And kind of stress you. So we'll do that in a different video, kind of dive into that. I don't want to make this video too long, but yeah, red meat should be your thing. You should be everyday eating red meat and eggs, then raw dairy for the micronutrients, seafood, shrimp, cholesterol, and then fruits. And the fruits, obviously, we talked about, depends on the environment, depends on the situation, depends on a lot of things. And don't overconsume fruit or you will get fat. So, thank you guys for watching this quick little breakdown. It's not too in-depth like the last video, but the next video will be more in-depth on just mindset and stuff. So, we're going to have a lot more amazing videos coming out. But what is the theme of this whole video? What should you take out of this? Don't listen to the government. Just eat whole foods, bro. Just eat these foods, and you will be chilling. Because if you eat this, you're probably going to stay moderate to low test. In all honesty, especially if you're eating grains and the vegetables and fruits, mostly vegetables. So at the end of the day, guys, if you eat this for like a month, you're going to feel better than you ever have before. So obviously the government can change a food pyramid from whatever many years ago to today, and they'll probably change it again in 20 years. So just because the government, FDA approved, whatever, doesn't make it the automatic truth. So don't listen all the time. And we are 11 days into 2026. Have you given up on your goals? I made a video 2 weeks ago about how to keep on your goals. Did you already give up is the question. You probably did. Most of you already did, but you're not alone. Because 97% of America has also given up on their goals. The gym was packed the first week. Now it's back to normal because everyone just gave up. Because they have no discipline. They don't actually want it. So if you're someone who actually wants it, if you're someone who's actually dialed, someone who, maybe started 2026 good, but now it's kind of fallen off again, but you want to get back on track, definitely follow the Instagram. Shoot me a DM and we can talk. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.